Hey guys, it's been a long time coming. I won't even lie to you. I've been really sick lately, and it's been really tough on me. But welcome to my Madden Imperialism video. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. You can see the map right here. I'm going to go over the rules. There's going to be a wheel with each different team on it. We're going to spin it to decide which team is going to be attacking first. In this case, it'll be the Patriots. We're going to then decide where they're going to be attacking via this arrow wheel, which means that the Patriots will be going into Buffalo. As you can see by this arrow, they'll be playing each other. Now the winner will take over the territory of the opposing team. They'll also get to take over a current player from that team that will best fit their team. In this case, I would choose Stephon Diggs because Patriots receivers are severely lacking. Now if a team spins into a blank territory, they will also be able to upgrade their team, upgrading an individual player of need by 2 overalls. Without further ado, let's get right into Madden Imperialism. Now we got to start off the video strong. Let's see who's going to get the first spin here. And it looks like it's going to fall the way of the Cowboys, and it does. And let's see which way they're going to be headed here. It looks like they're going to be going northeast into Oklahoma, which allows them to gain an upgrade of 2 overalls to their player. And I put that on none other than Micah Parsons, giving them that fat upgrade. And next, let's see who we've got. It looks like it's going to go the way of the Jets. Now, the Jets are a tricky team. They're really struggling with their quarterback territory, and they're going southwest, which gives them a blank space, and I decide to upgrade Zach Wilson because he is the highest overall quarterback there, giving them a better opportunity. I think it was the right choice. Spin 3 here, and let's see if we're going to find our first matchup. It looks like it's going to fall the way of Green Bay. Now, Green Bay has a couple teams around them, and they're going to go directly west, which leads them right into Minnesota for a divisional matchup. And here we are, fourth quarter, 30 seconds left, first and goal. Aaron Rodgers down by 8. Let's see what he can do here as he steps back, and he finds his receiver open in the back of the end zone for an easy touchdown. Now they have to go for 2 to tie the game. Let's see what Green Bay decides to do. Aaron Rodgers is going to hike it, hand it off to Aaron Jones, and he's just going to walk right in for an easy touchdown. Overtime now, 3rd and 10. Aaron Rodgers is looking. He's scrambling. He's running. He's throwing cross-body, actually, to Dantzler. And Dantzler is going to pick that off and take over in overtime. Minnesota now 3rd and 2 from goal line territory as Kirk Cousins hands it off to Dalvin Cook, who just waltzed right into the end zone, and Minnesota takes over Green Bay territory here. Now remember, because Minnesota took over Green Bay territory, they're also going to get a player of their choice. In this case, I chose Jair Alexander to bolster their weak cornerback room. And spin number 4, let's see who's going to land on. Let's see if we can find another matchup here. And it looks like it's going to fall the way of the Giants. Now remember, the Giants are in New Jersey, not in New York. And they're going to be going north into New York to play Buffalo. And I can't believe my eyes. New York Giants go right into Buffalo, and they demolish the Bills. It's not even close, 42-13. And New York takes over New York. And now they've got a pretty decent size there. And they end up getting Josh Allen at quarterback to replace Daniel Jones, unfortunately. But Josh Allen's the obvious choice here, in my opinion. Spin number 5, you can see it's going to go the way of the Ravens. The Ravens are based in Maryland, and they're going to go, it looks northeast, which will take them right into Philadelphia territory. And Philadelphia is going to take care of business, winning by 7. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's no chance. And Philadelphia is going to take over that territory. And they're going to get a decent player here from Baltimore. I chose to add Marcus Williams to improve their free safety. And we're going to get into our next spin here. And some teams are now starting to build decent teams here. And we're going to go into the Rams. Remember, they have Baker Mayfield, not Matthew Stafford. And they're going to go and they're going to play the Las Vegas Raiders. As you can see, 3rd and 16, both teams are tied in overtime. Baker Mayfield steps back, scrambles, and he looks and he finds Cooper Kupp. Somehow getting that ball where it needed to be. Cooper Kupp goes, 30 yards there? Baker Mayfield now 1st and 10. And he goes and he throws it into the back of the end zone. Is that Allen Robinson, who just mossed the crap out of the Vegas corner. I can't believe it. And remember, Jared Stidham is now in because Derek Carr got benched. So Jared Stidham gets outplayed at the end there, and LA Rams take over all of Nevada, and they're going to end up taking the best receiver in the game, in my opinion, Devontae Adams, to an already kind of stacked receiver room. Spin number 6 here. 7, actually. My apologies. And it looks like it's going to fall the way of another LA team, the Chargers. Now let's see where they're going to be headed. And it looks like they're going to be going northeast, which will lead into an LA versus LA matchup. And the Chargers 3rd and 1 in the 4th quarter. 1:18 left on the 8. And they're going to hand it to Austin Eckler, who's going to take it into the end zone for pretty much a freebie touchdown. Now the Rams have 1:10 left, 1 timeout, and Baker Mayfield is going to drop back. He's going to find his receiver, Cooper Kupp, who's going to get some decent yardage, but he didn't get out of bounds, so they had to run no huddle. And Baker Mayfield's going to end up finding, who is that? Cooper Kupp once again. But again, they choose not to use a timeout, and Baker Mayfield's just going to end up throwing this away. 17 seconds left on the 37-yard line of the Chargers, and he's going to throw it wide open in the middle to Cooper Kupp. 11 seconds left, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They've only got so many plays left, and he's just going to dish it down to Cam Akers. Questionable call, but the Rams are going to lose this game, and the Chargers are going to take over half of California and all of Nevada, and they're going to add the best NFL player in the world, in my opinion, Aaron Donald. That dude is a monster, and that defense is just going to get better. And the Vikings are going to get landed on once again here, and it looks like they're going to be going west, which will take them into North Dakota, and they're going to upgrade their right guard to a 71 overall, after their right guard being very much their weakest spot on their team. And it looks like, once again, the Vikings are going to get landed on. That's twice in a row. And they're going to be going south, which will lead them into Iowa, and yet another upgrade for the same right guard, going to a 73 overall. Alright, spin number 10 here. Let's see which team it's going to land on after the Vikings get a lot of big upgrades, actually. That's 3 rolls for the Vikings, and they're looking pretty solid now as it lands on the Broncos, and they're going to go southeast, which I'm going to say is going to go into Kansas City territory, and wow. I have no words for this. Denver waltzes into Kansas City and beats them 48-7. Who could have seen that coming? And they're going to take over all of Kansas City's territory. Wow. And you know what? I gave them Travis Kelce. I could have given them Mahomes, but Wilson dotted up Kansas City's defense, so I'm just going to let them keep Wilson as we get into our next spin here. Who would have seen that coming? Buffalo and Kansas City losing to, no offense, but inferior opponents, as we land on the Bengals here. And they're going to go west into Indy, and let's see who's going to win. And wow, again, upset after upset, it seems, as Cincinnati is down by 7 to Indy, and Jamar Chase is wide open in the middle of the field. What are they doing? 0 timeouts, though. 46 seconds left. And now, 2nd and 10, Joe Burr is going to drop it down to Joe Mixon, and they're just going to keep running the clock. 3rd and 1, and another just short pass that goes absolutely nowhere. And that's going to be just the end of the game here, as they decided not to throw it anywhere near the end zone for some reason. And yeah, they're just going to let the clock run out, and Indianapolis is going to take over that half of Ohio, the southern western part of Ohio. And Indy's going to be able to take over Joe Burr, and they're going to get a massive upgrade at quarterback here. Spin number 12 after 2 major upsets that I honestly did not see coming whatsoever. And we're going to get the Buccaneers here, and I believe that they're surrounded. They're in the middle of Miami and the Jaguars, and they absolutely are, which means that they're going to go and they're going to face Jacksonville, and they're going to knock them off, winning by about 8 here, as they're just going to let the clock expire. Actually, might kick the field goal, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're going to kick the field goal, and they're just going to let time run out, and they're going to take over the northern part of Florida. Now, the Buccaneers, they didn't have Tom Brady. I just want to point that out. Because he retired. So I'm going to give them Trevor Lawrence to upgrade their quarterback room because Tom Brady retired. They needed that quarterback. And next is going to be the Chargers once again. And the Chargers are going to be going north, which from the territory, they're technically in Southern California, so I made the play San Francisco. And the 49ers, my favorite team, are going to waltz in, actually, into their own territory. And they're just going to take over all of California and Nevada. And now the 49ers are looking pretty decent, and they're going to take over Justin Herbert because Brock Purdy is a 72 overall, and he's hurt, and Josh Johnson is hurt, so quarterback just made the most sense. And the Giants are going to be landed on once again, and they're going to be going directly south, which will lead them into a divisional matchup against Philadelphia. And the Giants are actually beating Philadelphia right now. As you can see, 1st and 10, Jalen Hurts finds his receiver. Is that Quez Watkins over the middle of the field? And 1st and goal from the 2, Jalen Hurts is looking, and he ends up throwing an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now, Jalen Hurts ends up finding his receiver. What a throw! Is that Quez Watkins once again making big plays? Josh Allen now from the 23. Actually, that's Daniel Jones. What happened to Josh Allen? He might have gotten hurt. And Daniel Jones just making really short throws, not really doing much. As the Giants just don't look like they're really doing much so far. 20 seconds left, 1st and 10. He throws it to Barkley. Barkley cuts up the middle of the field for a big gain and then some. 13 seconds left now. Down by 4, and they're on about the 45-yard line as Daniel Jones throws it deep, and it ends up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, 6 seconds left. Daniel Jones, he just checks it down to Bellinger, and Philadelphia just ends up beating New York and taking over top part of New Jersey and all of New York. And I gave them Dexter Lawrence, give a big upgrade in simulation at least to that defensive tackle room. And the next spin, it looks like it's going to go the way of the Texans. Now, let's see which way the Texans are going to go. They're going to go north, which is entirely Dallas Cowboy territory. And this is getting ridiculous now. Davis Mills puts 35 points on Dallas's head and takes them out. Who could have seen that coming? I honestly didn't think. Dallas is a great simulation team, so the fact that Houston waltzes in and just beats them and takes over Micah Parsons, that's absolutely insane to me. And the landscape is shaken after yet another upset, and it looks like this next spin is going to fall the way of the Buccaneers. They really only have 2 teams to play, and they go northwest, which leads right into Atlanta. And the Buccaneers march into Atlanta, and they actually fall here by 10 points to their division rivals. Atlanta's going to get this big win, and they're going to get a big-time player here. As you can see, they get eliminated, and they take over that top part of Florida. I gave them Mike Evans because their receiver room was terrible. So Mike Evans should add another weapon to Mariota, and it looks like the next spin is going to fall, and it's going to be the Browns. The Browns, the only team left in Ohio, and they're going to head west, and they're going to play Indianapolis as well. And I couldn't get the recording, but Indianapolis actually beats Cleveland by 7. They're going to take over that territory, and they're going to win this, just all of Ohio. And, of course, they're going to take Myles Garrett. Who else better than to take the best player on the Browns by far? The next spin here, it looks like it's going to go the way of the Titans. The Titans have a lot of open space, but they are also attached to Carolina, and it looks like that's where they're going to be going. They're going to be going into Carolina, and Carolina must be the sim gods. I've seen a lot of these simulations where Carolina just starts running the table. And PJ Walker is just destroying people, apparently, somehow. and they take over Tennessee, and they end up getting Derrick Henry to improve that running back room. Derrick Henry to add a lot more offensive versatility there as we get into our next spin, and it looks like it's going to go the way of the Commanders. Commanders' first time on the board. They're in that little small territory. They're going north, and it looks like they're going to be playing the Jets. And tied 24-24, 3rd and 8 with 29 seconds left. The Jets have no timeouts. Heineke actually was the quarterback, and you see Gibson has 157 yards, and he rushes right up the middle, and the Commanders win this game 27-24, and they take over all the rest of New Jersey, and you see New York gets eliminated. Now, for players, I decided to give them Sauce Gardner because their cornerbacks were really weak, and they needed a lot of improvement there. So that's what I decided. The next spin, it looks like it's going to be the Seahawks. They're guaranteed an upgrade, a space as they go south, and they get Oregon for free. I decided to upgrade their corner because, again, a lot of teams have such bad corners in simulation. Hopefully that'll improve their defense. And the next spin looks like it's going to be the Texans. Let's see where they're going to be going. This time it looks like they're going to be going northwest, which gives them New Mexico, and it gives them another upgrade, which I used on Davis Mills, bringing him up to a 70 overall. And the map is starting to fill up a little bit now, but we've still got a lot of teams left that still haven't played a game as we roll, and we get the Panthers once again, and let's see where they're going to be going. They're going south, and they're taking over South Carolina, so that means that they're going to get an upgrade, and that upgrade I'm giving to Sam Darnold because he should be their starting quarterback, and he was at the end of the year, so I switched it, and I gave Sam Darnold the start. And it looks like the spin is going to roll the way of the Eagles. Let's see where they're going to be headed. They've already won a couple of games here, and they're going to be going southwest into Pittsburgh. And no surprise here, the Eagles are actually winning this game. As you can see, Pittsburgh down by 7, 30 seconds left, 1st and 10. Pickett finds nobody, finds the defender, and he's just going to return that for a decent chunk, and the Eagles are just going to take over the rest of Pennsylvania. And they're going to get an easy win here. As you can see, that's how the map looks now that the Eagles have taken over the rest of Pennsylvania. And they're going to get TJ Watt. Again, not really a shocker here. TJ Watt is the best player on that team. And it was a big upgrade. And it looks like our next spin is going to go the way of the Patriots. The Patriots actually have a lot of the blank territory next to them. But they're going to play the Eagles. And let's see what they can do. And it looks like New England's driving, tied 27-27 with a minute left, 3rd and 6 here, and it looks like Mac Jones is setting up his team with the possibility of winning this game. 4th and 1, turns out they did not get that first down, and New England is going to put this field goal through to go up by 3 with a minute left. Let's see what Jalen Hurts can do. Down 3. He dishes it short to Dallas Goedert. 50 seconds left. Now 30 seconds left as they elect not to use a timeout. Jalen Hurts doing what he does best, scrambling out of the pocket, and he runs for a big gain. 20 seconds left. They've used their timeout. There's actually only 10 seconds, which means they let 10 seconds run off the clock for some reason. Jalen Hurts goes, and he just dishes it down to Miles Sanders. That's not going to get them anywhere, and actually, Philadelphia is going to fall. New England's going to take over that territory. As you can see, there was a glitch, and now Indianapolis is the same. But New England's going to get Dexter Lawrence to improve that defense that was already usually pretty good. And the Seahawks are going to be the next spin. Let's see if they can get another territory. No, they're going to go southwest, and that's going to be a divisional matchup against San Francisco, my team. And no shock here, San Francisco just completely runs through them. It wasn't close, and San Francisco is going to get another improvement. And all of that northwestern territory, they're going to take Quandre Diggs. San Francisco's secondary is terrible. I speak that as a 49ers fan. I know they're awful, so they needed that. And the Commanders get rolled next. Let's see where they're going to be headed. Southwest. They're going to take over Virginia, and they're going to get an improvement to Taylor Heineke, who goes up to a 71 overall. Next spin now, let's see which team it's going to be, and it looks like it's going to roll the way of my San Francisco 49ers, and let's see where they're going to be headed. They're going to be going southeast, which goes into Cardinal territory, and another non-surprise here, blowing them out 41-0. That is crazy. Not really, but you get what I mean. The Cardinals with Colt McCoy, no match for the San Francisco 49ers. No offense, but it's true. And we're going to take Rodney Hudson and improve our offensive line, which at certain parts is fairly weak. And the next spin is going to go the way of the Broncos. Broncos actually still have a couple territories, that they haven't taken, and they take one here. And they're going to improve Russell Wilson, who had a major fall in overall, but he's going to go up to a 78, which hopefully will improve him and help them from passing on Patrick Mahomes. And it looks like it just goes the way of the Dolphins, and they can only play one team, so they're going to be playing Atlanta, and they are up by 8, 15 seconds left, first and goal, and they're just going to win this game. Skylar Thompson, who played for Tua because Tua is hurt, ends up winning this game, and they end up taking Chris Lindstrom at right guard to help improve that offensive line. Hopefully no more concussions for Miami quarterbacks. That would be great. And the 49ers are going to be rolled once again, just improving. And they're going to take yet another territory, taking Utah. And they're going to improve their right guard, Spencer Burford, who is by far the worst player on their team. That is a starter, just by overall. And our next spin, it's going to go the way of the Commanders once again. Let's see where the Commanders are going to be headed. They're going to go southwest, which will take them into Carolina. And Carolina, once again, 38-6. This is the team. They are crazy in simulation. I don't know how Carolina does it, but Madden loves them. And they're going to take over another territory, and guess what? They're going to be taking Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner going to his third team now. And we're starting to pick things up here as a lot of teams are starting to play. Not very many territories just being taken over. And it looks like New England is going to take West Virginia, and they're going to be getting a free upgrade to Mac Jones, who will go up to a 77 overall, hopefully helping their offense a little bit. The quarterbacks are usually the obvious pick when they're really low overall. And once again, the 49ers get rolled on. And they're going to go directly east, which will take them into Denver. And 49ers go into Denver, and they take care of business 35-23. Not a surprise considering how many upgrades San Francisco's gotten so far. And they're going to be taking all of that territory over. And they're going to get to choose a player from Denver. They're going to go with Patrick Surtain. Once again, the secondary is trash. They need a corner. The secondary is just trash. Even in simulation, I don't care. Their secondary is trash. Indianapolis is up next, and let's see where they're going to be headed. They're going to go northeast, which will be against the New England Patriots, as you can see. And they're down by 4, driving 30 seconds left, as Joey Burr just passes that really short pass, doesn't really get much yardage. 2nd and 10, less than 30 seconds, and Joey Burr gets sacked. 3rd and 14 now, 2 timeouts, 26 seconds left. Let's see if Joe Burrow can do anything. And he fires it deep, and that's almost caught. That would have been the catch of the video by far so far. And Joey Burr, once again, finds his receiver, but he ends up dropping it. And New England just takes over that territory, and guess what? Joey Burrow is going to New England, take over the quarterback position. That was the obvious choice. Just keep going, give him a good quarterback. And a team now that we haven't seen in a while, going to be the Vikings, and they're going to go south. And that's going to take them right into 49ers territory, and they're going to be losing this game by 5, as you can see, 3rd and 2. And McCaffrey is just going to run the ball, and that's going to be the last play of the game. Minnesota's going to fall. And the 49ers are just going to get better. They're really the favorites by far in this video, and they're going to improve their wide receiver room, getting another target for Mr. Herbert. And he's going to get Justin Jefferson. As you can see, the next spin is once again going to be the 49ers. They're really getting everything this video go their way. And they're going to go southeast, and that's going to take them into Texan territory. And this game was a lot closer than I feel it should have been, but the 49ers end up winning this one by 3. And they're going to take over all of Texas and all of that territory, and guess who they're going to be grabbing? None other than Micah Parsons, the best player that was on the Texans team. You can't pass on Micah Parsons. And the 49ers, can they even be beaten in this video? The Bears get rolled next, and let's see where they're going to be headed. They're going to go, who guessed it, into 49ers territory. Hard to avoid them with how big they are. And once again, this game was a lot closer than I feel it should have been. The Bears have not moved at all. They have not done any improvements, and they're only going to lose by 7 to the literal super team that is the 49ers. And the 49ers are going to take over Illinois, and they're going to be taking Jalen Johnson. Not a lot of great players on the Bears, but they're going to improve their corners just a little bit. And now we're really into our final 6, and the 49ers are going to get rolled. Once again, they're going to be going east, and east of them is a blank space, and they're going to be improving their left guard once again, just improving that offensive line as they should. And the next team that's going to play, it looks like it's going to be the Lions. They're going to be headed west, which will take them into 49ers territory. Let's see if they can take them down. 7-13, 1st and 10. They're driving on 49ers 30-yard line as Jared Goff fires it down the field and throws an interception to Pat Surtain. And they were really close. Once again, not a game that should have been close in my opinion, but nonetheless, they take it, they get it done, and the 49ers will take Penny Sewell and improve their offensive line once again. The 49ers are, once again, they're up. God, it's really going to seem like this video is rigged, and they're going to be going southeast. That's going to take them into Saints territory, and this one should not have been close, and it wasn't. The 49ers take care of business. They win at 41-10, and they're just going to be continuing the complete and utter domination of this map, taking over the Saints territory of Louisiana, and they're going to be taking Cameron Jordan to improve that defensive line. Cameron Jordan, great defensive player, and going to improve that pass rush as we're down to our final 4 here, and the Patriots are going to get rolled. They've got some pretty good players on their team, and they're going to be going southeast into Carolina territory, and they're down by 7, 10 seconds left, 1st and goal. Let's see if New England can take care of business here and get it done. I forgot who even is quarterback right now, and incomplete pass. He's looking, and he ends up finding an open receiver to tie the game. Is that Mac Jones playing there? I wonder what happened. He must have gotten hurt as New England 24-24 driving on Carolina at their 6-yard line. And he's going to get stopped going 2nd and goal. Let's see what they're going to do here on the 6-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Damian Harris once again. Going to get a couple of yards, 3 yards. Going to go to 3rd and goal. Let's see if they decide to run the ball again. And they do. And he's running up, and he fumbles the football. Carolina's got it. And is that going to be it? No, it's not, because guess what? They turned the ball back over. They reversed the call, and New England is going to kick the field goal. And they're going to end up winning this game, defeating the almighty Carolina. Honestly, Carolina probably had a good shot of winning the entire thing if they stayed in. And they're going to be taking Derrick Henry and improving their offense. Let's see who will be in the final 2. And the Patriots are going to be attacking once again. They're going to be going directly to the west from New England's logo. They're going to be going into San Francisco, driving with 30 seconds left, 1st and 10 on their own about 38-yard line or so. And look at that, as their quarterback gets sacked. I believe that's Joe Burrow. I think he might have gotten injured in that last one. And there's a flag here and it looks like it's gonna be a face mask. They're gonna get an additional 15 yards down to San Francisco's 48-yard line, 20 seconds left, and 2 timeouts. Joe Burrow throws an absolute monster of a pass. It looked like a bullet coming out of nowhere, and he gets it complete to Jacoby Myers. A really short pass there. Now, New England has no timeouts left, 10 seconds. Let's see what Joe Burrow can do. He throws an incomplete pass. Now 3rd and 3. 8 seconds left from the 26-yard line of San Francisco. Joe Burrow just throws it up immediately. It gets knocked down. Now 1 play left, 5 seconds. 4th and 3. Let's see what New England can do. Joe Burrow just throws it up once again immediately. Doesn't even give his receivers time to get down there, and New England just loses. So now we're down to our final 2 teams, Miami and 49ers. And the 49ers take yet another player. They're going to take Dexter Lawrence from the Patriots to improve that defense. Let's see who's going where. And it looks like the 49ers are going to be attacking, going into Miami, and it's actually close. They go into overtime, and the 49ers are driving on their own 21-yard line as Herbert goes, and he finds Deebo Samuel wide open for 27 yards or so down the middle of the field. 1st and 10. Herbert gives it to McCaffrey, who gets a good chunk, 8 yards, 2nd and 2, and they're almost in field goal range. Now, this is actually after both teams had turned the ball over. So this is winner take all. I forgot to mention that. Both teams had already punted the ball off. So Miami's defense is really crumbling here. And McCaffrey just fights for yard after yard, and they're starting to take over. It looks like it's just going to be 49ers all day, every day, baby. That's me. And they bring out Robbie Gould to kick the game-winning field goal. 30 seconds left. And Robbie is good as gold as he always is, and the 49ers are going to take over. And that's going to be it. As you can see, the 49ers have now won Madden Imperialism, and they have taken over the entire United States of America. So that's going to be it. I'm really happy with how it came out. Obviously, I'm a 49ers fan, and my teams never win these challenges. They never win these types of simulations. So I'm pretty satisfied with myself. But that's going to be it for this video. I'm sorry it took so long to make. I have been very sick, and it's been a big struggle of trying to get better and finding the motivation through all of the tiredness to record and make the video, but I've finally done it. So thank you all for being here to watch it. I really appreciate all of the support and all of the support that I had gotten for this video idea. If you guys are new here, make sure that you like and subscribe and comment what else you want to see from me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.